We don't even have time for the pop culture.
Hey, I don't want to talk about that.
We just talk about our own damn lives.
Hey, girl.
Hey, how are you, Paul
You got
Morton?
your titties out, girl.
I got my titties.
I love it.
Ow. I am wearing my Tassel shirt.
Yes.
This shirt, for those of you who do not watch us live on Facebook on Monday and Wednesdays, this shirt is a tan grayish colored shirt, and it has two heart tassels on the boobies.
Yes.
And you can just swing them around.
I love it. Get it, 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 get it.
Yes, so I'm wearing it today. I am so psyched that you're back. It feels like forever because you and Danny did like a guest hosting spot on the podcast.
Yeah. Last Monday.
Like last Monday,
well,
right?
No, Monday before last, yeah.
Right, so I didn't get to see you on my usual Wednesdays, and then it was like a week and a half.
Who was
until
on
we got
last
Paul Warren.
Wednesday?
Rob Mayer, the comedian.
How was he?
Very funny.
Oh, that's awesome.
Very funny. Super like dry.
Okay.
And by the way, we've been going back and forth about doing our next live podcast show. He is going to give us like a comedy training set. Like we're going to film it day before our live show. So let's say our live show is like on a Friday.
Yeah.
On Thursday, he's going to train us to do a stand-up set. And then you and I, if Danny joins the show, great. Or if AJ wants to, the three of us are going to do like a 5-minute set.
I'm down for that.
And then we're going to launch into our podcast. You are ready to be a stand-up comedian?
Gay 60. When the twink becomes a sugar daddy. That's me. That's me.
But wait, you know how hard it is, right, to write jokes? Like, it's insanely
Girl, please.
hard.
Well, you know I opened for Karen Williams. So Karen Williams is one of the first big out lesbian comics. She's my friend. I opened for her, sweetie. I killed.
So you've already done live stand-up. So you're just
she had
already
to
like
play me off. She told me to get the fuck off her stage. She said, "Don't be up on my stage. You were supposed to be here for 5 minutes."
You didn't adhere to the 5-minute warning.
Hell no.
Okay, so what are you gonna go like 20 minutes?
But right before I was like, "Why am I doing this to myself? Why did I do this? This isn't
Oh, I know.
The money wasn't that. It was like, why am I doing this? But I had to get over the hump and just get up there and do it. Oh, it was a great feeling.
Well, stay tuned because we're looking at a venue. Actually, we're looking at a day in June.
I like that venue you sent me, and I like the date.
You do? Okay, so we're looking at a time in June, and then we're also looking at a show in July that Rob also wants to book us for. So he must have faith that we're going to be funny.
Wow, have a little faith in me.
Whoa, give it to me.
Have a little faith in me. Yeah.
Who sings that originally? Aretha? No.
John Waite.
John Waite. Okay, oh my God.
Have a little faith in me. I've been searching for such a long time, girl, expecting nothing in return except for you to have a little
I'm like your
faith
friend. How do we cut it? How do we cut it?
Bon Jovi did it also in that movie.
I love John
Oh,
Bon.
God, I love him.
Look, we have a ton to talk about. Paul was in New York. He was at Tribeca Film Festival. I need your advice because I auditioned for this syndicated radio program, and now they're having real hang-ups about the name. So I want to know if you think the name is offensive, and I'm becoming synonymous now in my lifetime with offensive. So
did you take the name there? Did you pitch the whole show?
No, it's not even my concept. They said to me, totally someone else's concept. They said to me, hey, we think you'd be great to do this. I came, I auditioned, they really liked it, but now they're having this hang up. And I want to know if you think in this, and I almost feel like it plays into, today the Boy Scouts of America announced that they're dropping the boy part, and it's going to be Scouts BSA.
I love it.
And actually, when I read this story, it sounds like it's only for the older kind of program, that it's going to be Scouts BSA.
Okay.
Were you ever a Boy Scout?
No, girl, I wasn't no damn Boy Scout.
I thought maybe you would have. There's a ton of people.
Were you ever a Power Ranger?
Oh, yes, I did. I used to play Power Ranger, figure skater, talk show host.
Very cool.
Oh, my God. I was always playing talk show host, lining up
So
my
wait,
dolls.
I go away for a week, and now you're going to get a nighttime radio. What are we? We're competing for the come up here? Me and you, we're just every week. It's like, I'm going to one-up her. She's going to one-up me. Every time I leave, you get a new job.
Well, none of them work out. Like, this is the only steady one, so I'm not I'm not going anywhere.
Okay.
I just do these random things, and then this pilot, that I'm working on. But I got to pull that shit together by the 15th. It's like crazy.
Don't we all? We just have to pull shit together.
It is really hard though. So pulling it all together, available on Amazon. I'm leaving a 5-star review. It's terrific. You guys can join us every Monday and Wednesday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Facebook Live. It's under Sarah Fraser pages. Paul, people are very excited to see you. Jennifer Hubble says, I love Paul's rose pin. Gorgeous.
Oh,
Where'd you get it?
Thank you. I got this from Christopher Schaefer in Baltimore.
Ooh,
My guys on Alciana in Baltimore, they're fantastic. Chris and Seth are wonderful.
Julia Rager says, you guys are already hilarious, so you'll be fine. Desiree Dodd says, hi, I'm so excited to see you guys. Hi, Desiree. So be sure right now to share the Facebook page with someone who has never heard of the podcast. Every Wednesday, the fabulous Paul Wharton joins. We have two amazing sponsors that we have to shout out. The first one is Mervis Diamond.
I love Mervis Diamonds.
You do. Tell us, Viraggio, they are doing a special Viraggio event. Viraggio is a very, very popular style of diamond ring and bands for men. So
exactly. And it's at all the stores.
All the stores.
Rockville, Tyson's, and DC. I will be at the DC store.
On Saturday,
1700 K Street. Come out and see me, I guess, about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 12 to 2 or something like that. Anyway, honey, you cannot miss me. I will be there, laced out in all the Mervis Diamonds. They are our friends, and I just adore them.
Amazing. MervisDiamond.com for more details. You don't have to RSVP, but they ask that you do.
Yes.
And also, right now, if you're on my Facebook page, Paul and I are doing a giveaway with Mervis Diamond. It's a $300 gift card. You can use it to anything. All you have to do is jump on, and within the first 10 seconds of the video, you'll see you vote for either the oval Viraggio ring or the round. You're automatically entered to win. We're going to pick a winner Thursday night. Also, we're very excited about this, but it's our first national sales campaign. So who needs a mattress?
Yes.
Right now on Facebook.
You need a mattress. You need a mattress. You whores out there, you definitely need a mattress. You know who you are.
Well, in my book, we're all whores.
That's right.
Love that. I wish I'd spent more time on my back before I met Dan. Anyway. Okay, so look, Casper is unbelievable. The experts at Casper work tirelessly to make a quality sleep surface that cradles your natural geometry in all the right places. The original Casper mattress combines multiple supportive memory foams for a quality sleep surface with the right amounts of both sink and bounce. With over 20,000 reviews and an average of 4.8 stars across Casper, Amazon, and Google, Casper is becoming the internet's favorite mattress.
I love it.
So right now we're offering a special on select mattresses. You can go to casper.com/HeyFrase, use the code HeyFrase, and you're going to get $50 off, okay, automatically. You can be sure of your purchase with Casper's 100-night risk-free sleep on it trial, okay?
I love it.
You can sleep on it, and then, if you don't like it, you can send it back. Affordable prices because Casper cuts out the middleman, sells directly to you, hassle-free returns if you're not completely satisfied, and delivered right to your door in a small, how do they do that, size box?
I have no idea.
I know,
but
really don't.
This is really interesting. They come with a 10-year warranty, and you're supposed to really change your mattress every 8 to at the most 10 years. So you're covered for the full 10 years on this.
Covered.
And most of us can look back on the last time we changed our mattresses, and we've had them probably about 10 years.
Absolutely. So now is the perfect time. Buy it from us, Casper.com/HeyFrase. You get $50 off when you use code HeyFrase. Okay, who's buying today?
I might even come and have a roll in the hay with you. You know what? Just for the hell of it. Why not? It ain't no fun if the homies can't have none, right? Come on.
Homie, you need
Let's
so
do
much.
It.
Nicole says, I need a mattress. Nicole, buy it today
Nicole,
on Casper.
You buy that mattress today, I'm coming to your house.
Oh, God, please. God. Yes. That'd be amazing. So, look, what's up with you? We have a jam-packed show. We got to talk Kanye West. He says that slavery doesn't exist. But the only thing, were you watching all that? I got to get the hell off the internet.
Please.
I really do.
Just don't say shit about it.
I mean, could you believe that? Did you, is that all people have been talking about in your sphere? Because, that's all I hear about.
Well, I mean,
Not really. You're above
Well,
me.
I'm so happy that Van called him out from TMZ. And, that was a really important moment. I mean, I saw him yesterday on Instagram. He had 59,000 followers right when that started. And then later in the day, he had 300,000 or something like that.
Yes.
So, no, I mean, that was a career-changing moment for him. It was really a life-changing moment to stand up to somebody like that. And you saw the ego in Kanye when he stood, listen, I was on opioids because I had liposuction, so y'all wouldn't call me fat. What you projecting? Your mom died of liposuction. What the fuck are you doing going to have liposuction? And then blaming it on the people.
Okay, that was the only. First of all, I was with leading up to this TMZ interview, and then also Kanye sat down with Charlemagne the God and did an hour and a half interview, and there were some really deep moments in that, in talking about obviously fame for him. I would imagine fame at their level becomes overwhelming, and it really does. And he basically was saying all the pressures of fame and radio play for him has never been the same since Graduation, which was that first album that just exploded.
Okay.
And ever since he went on stage, of course, we remember the famous moment where he took the microphone from Taylor Swift. He basically says from that moment on, radio has never played him the same. Like they've never given him the same amount of love. So all this has been like building up. He says instead of calling it a breakdown, he calls it a breakthrough. Mm-hmm. Anyway, the Charlemagne interview was interesting at times, I think, to see somebody, the insane pressure that is on this person who had the death of his mom, all this stuff. I guess I was more empathetic. Then I watched the TMZ thing, and I'm like, there's also somebody who really just I just don't think knows their history.
Well, and he's just completely out of touch.
Yeah,
it doesn't take long to get used to your new circumstance. Okay, you become a big star. You go from having nothing to having everything. Then you marry into a family like the Kardashians. And a lot of people are putting this on them, and I don't really agree with that. That's his wife.
Yes.
Oh, I wish he had somebody to talk to. Does he really look like somebody that you can have a reasonable conversation with? Hey, Kanye, I was thinking. Like, this is also crazy. I don't really think he's going to take it like that.
He definitely seemed in a lot of ego. I did think that the part about, and this is like made me think about what I want to stand for, because like the saddest part I thought about that TMZ thing was when he basically did say, look, I got liposuction because I saw what you guys did to Rob. And it's true. I mean, Rob Kardashian has been like hunted, and photographed and made fun of and scrutinized so badly for the past 2 years about his weight.
Right. But Rob has a serious weight problem. Kanye's ass is just lazy, sitting up under Kim. I mean, why couldn't he go to the gym? What is he doing? He ain't in that sweatshop making them Yeezys.
Well, I think a lot of factors, right, could contribute to his weight gain. Opioid. I think if you're addicted to drugs, lots of times people.
But he got on the opioids after liposuction, right?
True. Yeah.
So
that's
he was
true.
already fat before the opioids. What else you got?
Well, I think people eat for emotional reasons.
Okay.
So I could understand like why the weight. I don't know. Look, it went off
Sarah,
the rails.
You have the opportunity to have a private chef. You have this beautiful, amazing gym. Your wife is taking care of herself every day. Why not just, if that's important to you to lose the weight, just hit the gym?
Well, but we've talked about this before. I mean, weight is a lot more complicated than like you've never had weight issues, have you? I mean, aside from maybe you're 10 pounds heavier than you want.
Yeah. Well, if my mother died from cosmetic surgery, liposuction being one of those things, you best believe that is some PTSD beyond, and I would never have my black ass up on no liposuction table. Yeah. I just wouldn't. I mean, and now look, it fucked him up even more.
Yeah, he seemed pretty, it seemed pretty discouraging, I'm going to say, like, after watching him on TMZ. It definitely seemed a little unhinged. I like a lot of the things that he's tweeting, but the other stuff seemed like...
Do you hear something else?
Yeah. They're playing... Hey, guys, can you just turn off the volume for Facebook on your end? They watch the Facebook Live, I think, to see the comments and everything. But
no
sometimes
problem.
the sound doesn't go off. Anyway, we'd love to know your thoughts. Lots of people are commenting on Facebook. And Alyssa, who we love, who's a friend of the show, says that the comments on slavery he should have elaborated on and offered a solution about what slaves could have done to become free.
What?
But he didn't do so. So it didn't go well overall. That was from Alyssa. Because basically he was saying that 400 years of slavery was a choice. Which I totally disagree with because,
Of course we disagree with that. Of
Yeah.
course.
I mean, I don't even know what his thought process was there, except some people are saying, well, he basically means that some people today are still in that slave mentality. Then he tweeted.
No, he's like a lot of people that romanticize the way things would have been. It wouldn't be me. Wouldn't be me.
Right.
I bet you I wouldn't. You don't know unless those people are so disenfranchised. You think they could, and there were some people to stand up. Like there were people over the years and people that made a huge difference, like Rosa Parks.
Harriet Tubman.
Right,
yes.
right. That could stand up and make a difference. But no, I don't think that.
Well, it was such an ignorant statement, too. I mean, even 100 years ago. And by the way, slaves were they were not taught how to read or write.
Mm-hmm.
Many, of course, were illiterate. White people did not want to educate them. You didn't have social media. You didn't even, how the hell could they even send a fucking letter? It's not like they could send a letter to someone else and go, hey, we're going to revolt. I mean, it was done so quietly, secretly. Plus, not only that, but I've been reading, there's been a lot of great black scholars who've come out and said, look, slaves also, it was such a breakdown of the human spirit, bringing people over here, killing you, selling you, separating from your family. You're so mentally fucking broken down.
Yes. Come on, preach.
You are.
Yeah.
It's like, that was like the dumbest statement. I mean, I made dumb statements, but for him to basically say that slavery was a choice, it's like, hello, it's not like today where people could hop on the internet and go, okay, we're all, they couldn't even read.
Right.
I mean, it was like, it just was so sad to see him.
It's unfortunate. It is the breakdown of a man. I mean, and people are saying, oh, well, somebody needs to be around him to talk to him and make him better. I don't know that, there is a better in there. That could be who he is, but I do think that there's definitely a mental issue going on there.
I mean, I love his ideology on free thinkers, and I have to say, I mean, in light of everything that's happened, like with me in the situation of the Michael Brown, I do think we're under this mob mentality where if you do not comply to what social media wants you to do in that moment, then they're boycotting you, they're doing this, they're doing that, which I think what he's saying is like, he supports Trump because it goes against the grain of what everybody wants him to do. And he uses the example of, Snoop used to be very close with Donald Trump before he ran for president. But then the minute Donald Trump ran for president, all these rappers who supported him and put Donald in their music.
It wasn't about him running for president. It's what he stood for and what he spoke up about.
Well, that's a good point.
And all the people, like I was telling the person that just interviewed me from DC Refined about the breakdown of my relationship with Omarosa. We had a great relationship before she jumped on the Trump train. But, her choices, I couldn't make them my choices. And I felt as a black person, some of the things that he stood for that she was championing, excluded us. It excluded LGBTQ people. I didn't see myself represented in any of his promises or people that he was speaking to and women and everybody else. So, I mean, it's overall, it was negative. So, no, it wasn't just about him running. It's what he stood for.
I agree with that. And you think before, Snoop and all those guys just knew him in a casual, you just know him on TV.
He was a crazy billionaire that used to pop up in the videos. That was, running the Playboy Mansion and having fun.
But once shit got serious, then
right.
That's fair enough. I think you're right. Then people notice that. So anyway, I mean, I've spent way too much time actually on Kanye. That's isn't that the annoying part? It's
that is.
Yeah, I know. Moving along.
I got shit to talk about.
So look, you were in New York. Let's talk about that. And then we'll talk some other, because I love this story. There's two great stories about the U.S. Air Force drawing air penises in the air over Germany. And then also people are lonelier than ever, apparently, in our society, especially young people.
Wow.
Yeah, Generation Z.
That's kind of crazy.
But let's talk about you. You were hanging out with Dorinda
my God,
from Real Housewives.
Dorinda from Housewives and Luann. I actually ran into Luann, Countess Luann to you people.
That bitch. What was she doing?
She was at a hip hop party. My friend is directing a new film starring Misa Hilton. Misa Hilton is my very good friend who was P. Diddy's first wife.
Really?
Or she's Justin's mother, so P. Diddy's oldest son.
Okay.
That's his mother.
Okay.
She and we were judges on Rip the Runway on BET years ago. So I've known her since like 2007.
Okay.
We're very good friends. She's a fashion stylist. She's amazing. And they are doing this new film about fashion and hip hop. And so there was a big party at the Public Arts Building. And then so Luann comes in. And she's like standing right behind me. And I hear her say to somebody, I just love the hip hop. I'm like, did she say the hip hop? Countess Luann. So I have a picture with her, and she was talking about the DC Housewives. She's like, "Whatever happened to those ladies on that show?" And I said, "Oh, do you know their names?" She's like, "No, I don't know their names." And then I was telling her about.
Was she drinking?
She was. We all were having a good time. Let's just
okay. Well,
leave
that's
it at
interesting because she was just, she had her whole DUI, not DUI. I think she was arrested for public intoxication, then tried to beat the cop up, and then she went to rehab briefly. So she's back drinking.
She's drinking.
Okay.
Well, allegedly, supposedly. I mean, based on her behavior. But we had a great time. Anyway, that was fabulous. So the next night, and by the way, I was super fabulous in New York. You got to look on my Instagram, Paul Wharton Style. I'm sorry. If I wasn't me, I would not fucking like me.
Oh, my God.
No, I wouldn't.
I know. I love
Don't look at me like that. She's like, I agree. And everything you just said.
Right. I watch him on Instagram. I'm like, oh, Lord, where is he at today? He posts like 10 times a day.
I know.
Morning, night, dinner, breakfast.
I got a lot of shit to share.
If you didn't know Paul, do you think, are you jealous of his Instagram? Like, is Paul have an Instagram that makes you jealous?
Yeah, to some degree. I would definitely be a little bit jealous of your life. I'd be like, damn, he's going at this. He's eating at Siren. He's getting oysters. He's getting...
Yeah, it sounds like there's a little something up under that, producer.
Right.
I might need you to think about that.
But because I know him, I love you.
Exactly. So I went to this great benefit for Housing Works that my friend Tamron Hall, she hosted it. And I went as a date of Bevy Smith, my friend that hosts Page 6 TV. So she was awesome. All of the gays, the power gays in New York, they were all there. Oh my God, I met so many. Oh, the president of Hermes.
Oh.
Yeah, he was there. Oh, there were so many. I mean, they were just, you could just tell. You could look at their shoes and their manicures, and they were amazing. They were everywhere. It was absolutely fabulous. I had such a good time, and there was a new club that opened called Primo's downtown, and there was such a scene outside, and it made me love and appreciate these so much more because the line was down the block. And I mean, luckily I was with some friends that knew the people, so we walked
VIP only
to the front. But you know, like my street credit in New York is decent,
right?
But it's not like it is in DC.
Right, gotcha.
So I need like to make sure I know somebody that knows somebody. You know what I mean? Because we're gonna be going down the block.
Now, when are you moving to New York? I feel like it's coming.
It's not coming.
Okay.
It's not coming. Maybe in addition to DC. But
like
I don't.
Half the time here, half the time there.
Yeah, I don't think I'll move. I mean, I just had such a wonderful week last week. And as you know, I had a little romp with my former friend.
How'd that go? Because
that went over great.
You hadn't seen him in how many years?
Well, not that long. I mean, I saw him last year just for like a night or two.
Okay. This was a guy that you dated several years ago.
15 years ago.
And then you stayed with him, right? Like
no, he stayed with me.
Oh, on this trip?
What you mean I stayed with him? No, he stayed with me.
I thought you told us
I
thought you told us you were staying. I don't know. Sorry, I got this.
He stayed with me.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Okay. The twink becomes a sugar daddy, baby. I got it. I got it like that.
I gotta keep reminding myself.
What hotel were you staying at, though?
What is it called? It's on 57th Street. I forgot the name of it.
Like I'm gonna know 57th Street.
It's got a V. What is it called? I forgot. There's one in Miami.
Oh God, we got to look it up.
This is so
maybe
weird.
Somebody knows.
Viceroy. The Viceroy. That's where we stayed.
Perfect. I
wanted to be near the park, and every day I took a walk in the park. It was just a wonderful, wonderful week. So yeah, that was my week.
Well, we're glad to have you back. Thank God you're back.
Thank you. I'm happy to be back.
So I want to know. I auditioned like for this. Paul and I are always working on different things. You're pitching some TV shows that are happening, and then I'm working on this pilot, and then I got asked to audition for this Sunday night syndicated show.
So exciting.
Right? So I think it'd be really fun,
It'd be awesome.
But anyway, the concept of the show is guys versus girls, okay? And we argue about a topic like, is this good for girls? Is it bad for guys, right? So we've gotten down the line that they want to greenlight this show. But here's the deal. They're having a hard time wrapping their heads around in this day and age where, like, the Boy Scouts of America are removing boy. Like, can you have a battle of the sexes style show?
I think you can.
I want to know, like, what people think on Facebook. Like, what if you're listening to this, you can always email to Sarah@HeyFraser.com.
I think you still can, especially in radio, in the radio format, because it's been that way forever, right?
Yes. I mean, I actually really love the concept because then people get to weigh in basically on who wins, right? Myself or the other guy, and like you get to text.
Well, I think it's equal footing because you could win or they can win. It's not like you're out on a football field or something.
Are we like excluding? Is it too because now everybody's gender fluid?
Well, however you want to identify, unless you're gender non-conforming and you don't want to identify as one or the other. In that case, you can be on either team.
So maybe we could do guys versus girls versus other.
I think that most people identify as a guy or a girl, no matter what their situation is.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe it's not the way they were born, but how they identify is how they identify.
All right, good. I wanted to see if you thought that was appropriate or not.
That's fine.
I think it
I'm not
too.
easily offended, so I'm the wrong person to ask. You know what I mean?
I know. You and I are. Well, that's got me into trouble. Paul, it's prom season all across the country.
Oh.
You remember your prom days?
I do.
Who'd you go to prom with senior year?
I went to prom with a girl named Jocelyn something. And
I think you've told this story.
yeah,
Right? Yeah.
And I went over there, and the whole family was waiting in the foyer. And I'm like, oh, who are we waiting for? I'm like, oh shit, me. Oh, this looks real serious. Oh shit, am I getting something tonight? Like, what's going on? It was too much pressure.
I didn't really want to sleep with her. Like,
I didn't have the pressure until I got in there. I'm like, okay, everybody's lined up. The mom, the dad, all this. Oh, Lord. Okay, I guess I gotta be putting out tonight.
Oh, damn. Did you guys hook up that night?
We did not. We did not. But I
didn't either of my.
I was having PTSD from just crashing my Jag. You remember I crashed my Jag? Right before prom, I was going to rent a tuxedo. I didn't have one. I had a Jag and no tuxedo. What the fuck was happening in my life? I had a Jag and no tuxedo.
Oh my God, only Paul. The rest of us were driving like a Honda Civic to prom.
Check this out.
Like, excuse me, I just crashed my Jag.
So it starts to rain, and there's a Toyota Tercel of all cars up in front, turning left. I put on the brakes. The car just took off like hydroplane. Boom. Do you know one car got towed away and one car drove away? The Tercel went about his business. My car was fucking totaled. I mean, it wasn't total, but it was just really messed up.
Well, Paul, I want to know what you think about. They're in Detroit, Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
I've been to Detroit many times in Dearborn because Dan, my boyfriend, is from outside Detroit. A school there, a Catholic school, is receiving backlash after they say that they had good intentions of having students, female students, have to wear a modesty poncho if they showed up. And we're showing it right now. The modesty poncho is like pink, just like goes over your shoulders, and it would cover your boobs, basically, for anybody that has big jugs in high school.
I don't like this.
That literally sounded like I was 12 years old.
Yeah, I don't like that. At some point, you got to grow up, right?
Why do these schools care? Like, as long as, what do they expect, like, a girl to do if she's, like, 17 and she has cleavage? Like, can't you just rock your cleavage? Like, does anyone... What's all with all this dress code bullshit? They've retracted this, by the way, because people had such a fit about it.
Of course.
And they're not going to have people wear the modesty thing. And they said, oh, it was just in fun. It's kind of like a...
Right.
And anyway...
Well, I did a segment this morning on Fox 5 about online dating tips.
Yes.
And it showed in research that women who wear red and show a little cleavage, hey, hit it, do it. They get a lot more likes. And they get a lot more likes and matches.
Really?
Right.
So
you got to show a little cleavage. And listen, these kids are growing up faster than ever. And also, they're leaving their parents after they're seniors. They're 17. I graduated when I was 17. Some people are 18.
Right.
You go out in the world, you need to know, the ways of the world.
Well, AJ, our producer, went to a Catholic school, and she said that senior year they did this to her. Like she came in, she's already stunning. She's gorgeous.
Look at her now, tits everywhere.
Tits
Magooch over there
are so hot. They look like fake. They're like so good.
Yeah, right. Okay.
They might.
But you know what? Thank you. They may just be fake. Paul, you know my paycheck. These aren't fake. Please.
Paul's paid you.
You might have good credit. I don't know.
You're right. True.
What's the deal? When you went to high school, they covered up your boobs?
Yeah, so I didn't even have a date, but my mom bought me this sequin dress. It was super low cut, spaghetti straps. I don't know what she was thinking. She was like reliving her days through me.
Okay.
And I show up in this dress, and the school dean looked at me, and she's this elderly woman. She totally is super non-showing body, super prude. And she takes one look at me, and she's like, okay, no. And I was in the formation line. They had to shake my hand because I was somehow made it to be president. Okay. And yeah, she put her own blazer on me. But I was like pulling off the
That's terrible.
Like,
I know. Why would they this is like so crazy to me.
Kind of out. It was an all-girls school. It's super Catholic, super prude, super conservative. So I think that's why. But I was taken aback. I was like, oh no, we ain't gonna wear this. So once we were done with the formation line, I went to the dance floor and I took off the...
If I, seriously had at all been hot when I was 17, I was, close to 200 pounds. So, no one wanted to see...
I was wearing a sequin dress.
But, girls are made to feel bad about their overdeveloped boobs when they're very young.
That's what I think this poncho is.
Yeah, and they're always covering them up, and it's like, oh, my God, and I don't want anybody to see my boobs. Maybe we should just celebrate the boobs.
Celebrate the boobs. Get them out. These schools are so lame. Anyway, I'm not for the modesty poncho. I think that's ridiculous. These kids are hot. What are they going to wear? Doesn't everybody else remember when you were 17? I was having sex. Come on.
You were?
Yes.
God, you're a slut.
I know.
Have you replaced your mattress lately?
I have with a Casper. Casper.com/HeyFrase.
Who'd you lose your virginity to?
Rob Pano. Remember we had Rob on the last live show. I called him. Remember we called him?
Oh my God.
That was the guy I
Wait,
lost
and
my
then
virginity
another one
to.
of your boyfriends is here?
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah. Do we want to bring Mark on now? This is like a great day. Okay, sure. Let's bring Mark in.
Let's bring him in.
Okay, come on, Mark.
Interestingly enough, right? The podcast is doing like baller. So we've just we just like started like suddenly we're like bawling. Okay. So one of our latest advertisers is a guy named Mark Livingstone. Okay.
Yeah.
So Mark does like finance and mortgages. He will totally hook you up. You don't. Let me find out if I'm saying all this correctly because Mark's coming into studio right now. You're going to see him on Facebook Live. Mark, get in here. Oh
hey,
my God.
Mark.
Mark, do you know
How
Paul?
are you?
Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you. Oh, Mark.
Hey, and can I hug you?
Oh yeah, come on over. Tassels and all.
Wow, look at that.
I know, right? Hey, Mark.
See you.
Oh my gosh.
There
so,
you go.
Mark, come on. Now, I mean, Mark, we might have to give you a hard time about this because I cannot believe that you saved our dating emails from how many years ago was this? In 2011. So that was like 7 years ago.
Okay.
Right, yeah.
Now, is this when times went rough here or what was
me or
going
her?
on? Well, what happened? Set the scene. Have we been drinking?
Ben? Well, we have a bunch of them over a specific period of time.
Okay.
And I had seen Sarah on NBC4.
Yes.
I think you were doing the Friday shows of what's happening in the weekend. Is that correct?
Oh, yeah. Here, let me read it to you. Okay, this is from Friday, April 15th, 2011. Hey, Sarah. What's up, girl? Hope you're having a great Friday. Hey, so I've enjoyed listening to you for years on 99.5. And then last year, as I was sitting at work watching NBC4, I saw you and I freaked out. It was so cool to see you in person. And I called my coworkers in and was like, this is Sarah from The Kane Show. Well, I was in a relationship at the time and thought to myself that if I was ever single again, I would definitely drop you a line and say, what's up? And see if I can buy you coffee. Well, I've officially been out of my last relationship a month and a half and decided to reach out and say, what's up? Weird, huh? Well, I think you're pretty cool, and I know what type of person I mesh well with and think you and I would have a lot of fun and laughs. So then you basically go on to like say, hey, let's meet up, right, for coffee or a drink.
Did you reply?
I did. And I said, this was on April 18th, 2011. I said, hey, Mark, how are you? I have to tell you, this is one of the nicest emails I've ever received. Now, and I said, are you sure you're not a stalker? Question mark, question mark. Because
Because stalkers always tell you the truth, right?
Well, and in radio, I usually never got like emails that, made sense. It was more like, hey, girl. And then like that was spelled completely incorrectly. And it would just be like, I want to fuck you or something. And you'd be like, okay, awesome.
Right.
Well,
Okay.
Right.
So that was like, I was used to getting those emails, a lot of those.
This was the road less traveled.
But
Yes.
this was like really well thought out. You could spell.
Same end game, but road less traveled.
And I said, haha, I'm kidding. But you sound very normal. Well, you kind of shocked me a little, and I actually think you sound really fun and interesting. I think you'd be lots of fun to meet for coffee. Is it cool if Eric stands outside as the bodyguard? Which Eric, of course, was the producer at the time. Ha, ha, ha.
Oh, you wrote that?
Yes.
Oh, my God, that's too funny.
I have to tell you, I have a really crazy schedule, so it might be a week or so before we can meet up. I've been really focused on my career, blah, blah, blah. That's a bunch of bullshit. Look, I'm still focused
You've been
on my
riding
career.
that shit forever, huh?
Yeah, right.
I'm focused on my career and my titties.
Anyway, we exchanged several emails. We went out for coffee. We had a great time.
Ooh,
That's right.
And then
How long did it take her to give it up?
we never got to that
no.
point.
What?
Did
No,
we
we
even?
didn't.
I don't even think we kissed. Did we?
No.
Did we kiss?
No, I
uh-uh.
walked
Oh,
you
so
up
he's
to
not your
CBS.
sloppy seconds?
No, we went out on one date.
Right here at Town Hall in Glover Park.
Oh, you got it. You get.
This is too much fun.
He's all
I'm
new
just,
for you.
I'm just loving this. God, he's untouched. Wow. Like the white as the driven snow.
Oh, wait a minute.
Hey,
Kevin
boy.
on Facebook is saying, I admire Mark. He
Eh.
dated fat Sarah. I like big girls. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
I was much heavier then. I really was. I don't even care.
So what
I have
happened?
always thought you're beautiful.
You went on a couple of dates?
Thank you.
Yes.
And then you decided to be
We
friends.
went out once, and
time.
then I ended up. Okay, I think I wanted to read the.
And then you were
last
also working
email.
for the Washington Nationals at the time?
Yes,
As
that
the
was
girl up on the
super
screen that like
stressful.
shot the T-shirts out into the crowd.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know that person?
Damn,
That-
you be
that-
working hard, girl.
She
You got
was.
13 jobs.
Yeah.
I know, I really was. I think I had too many jobs, and so anyway, I wanted to
But
find
isn't
the
this
email.
great how when you end on a positive note, you can always come back together this many years later?
I have to say, so I've seen Sarah at Hot, at Mix, on NBC4, on Fox, and now here.
Yeah.
And just to have seen you come from humble beginnings to where you are now is just, I'm
Yes.
very proud of you.
Oh, I think it's
Yeah.
wonderful.
It's wonderful. And it's awesome to meet you. I love the podcast.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
Mark listens.
I do. I'm one of the 25%.
I love it.
So it's 75% female,
Yes.
25% male.
Yes.
And I fall into, obviously, the 25%.
Yeah.
And I love it. I think it's awesome. I think you're a hoot.
Thank
and I
you.
think you're awesome.
Oh my God, Mark.
And it's just an honor to be sitting here.
Well, we need to talk about you because, so our dating life, took us two separate paths, and now we can't make out because I'm with Dan. So,
I
Who
did
you
hear you
with?
say last week that you just love to make out with random people.
I do. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So is that why you're here today? He brought a checkbook. Shut the fuck up.
Well, I am recently single. Just putting it out there.
Oh, you are recently
Yeah,
single.
I
All
am
right.
recently single.
Maybe we should do a Hey Phrase dating game.
Seriously, and you can do a damn hell of a good mortgage.
Look into that camera.
We're also
Sell it.
There you go.
Sell
Nice,
it. You
okay.
got 20 seconds to sell yourself right there.
Mortgages. Hey, if anyone out there needs a good mortgage, call me. I'm your guy. Okay.
Yeah, that's
What
the
do you
first
do
commercial.
for fun though? Like, what are your, because you are single. We get a lot of women too. I get messages all the time.
Okay.
Women want to know. We just have a friend, Chrissy. She just broke it off with her fiance. She's single. She wants to be
Love
hooked
it.
up.
Okay,
Yeah.
very good. So I'm very active. I like working out. I do yoga. I run. I bike. I'm also
Oh.
a volunteer firefighter up the street in Montgomery County where I'm the Monday night sergeant. So every Monday night when the county personnel go home, I serve as the sergeant for the Monday night crew at the fire department.
Wonderful.
I love to travel. I'm very active in clubs in the area. So
That's awesome. Like, you could give us CPR. Like, that's super hot.
yes.
Wow.
I would do the breaths. He could do the compressions.
Ooh.
Okay.
Wait,
Okay.
CPR now, does it require two people?
It's better with two people, sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you give it the Heimlich as well?
I can do the Heimlich.
Really? Awesome. All right, cool. We're never
want
going to
that.
choke.
Don't be mad. What are you doing back there? I said get out from back there. Get out from back there. Sorry, in my head.
Yes. Okay. Good.
So, you're single. We love this.
I'm
bet
very
you're gonna-
recently single.
I bet you're
after
gonna
being
meet-
married for a little bit.
Okay.
And so
If we
I'm
fix you up, can you double our sponsorship?
perhaps,
Yeah.
perhaps, yes.
I bet you're going to
Listen,
marry someone
ladies,
from this podcast.
I need someone to date him now.
Okay.
I got
yes.
so many options.
I mean, because
for
I've been
you.
approached by a couple matchmakers. And do you know how much they charge?
It's insane.
It's
3 to
insane.
5 grand.
Some of them
no.
$10,000.
Well, no, it's just lunch. I believe is about $2,000.
Okay.
And then there's one that approached me that's $7,500.
Yeah,
And I was like, "Are
$7,500.
you kidding? $7,500?" And she's like, "Well, this is a lifelong commitment. I mean, you put money in your 401k every month for the rest of your life. Why not pay one time $7,500 for a lifetime commitment to find your true love?"
Well, see, I do that.
No
So,
money back guarantee.
That sounds good to me. I'm like, it makes sense. Okay, yeah. So what are they going to continue to find you people to date?
Yes.
Until you get married. So, like, you pay $7,500, and
One
they're
time.
like, forever, we will keep trying to.
Or
like, we
until
will
they
keep-
decide
I didn't
that they
get
go out
that
of
far.
business.
I heard how much it was, and I laughed.
Yeah.
Because I was like, "Yeah, I'm not emotionally available for $7,500 right now. No, thank you."
Right.
I don't have a problem meeting
Right.
people
Right.
in social settings, so I don't really need the assistance, but I appreciate it.
Do you want to get married again?
I'd like to find a best friend. I'd like to find someone to
yes.
travel with and go to the beach with,
Yeah.
someone to take the dog on walks, and somebody to just have nice dinners and sunsets and all that kind of stuff. And then we'll see where it goes from there, right?
Oh,
How's that?
well, it's been a great show, guys. We've
Okay.
got to go out.
AJ here. I'm looking for a sugar daddy if needed. So
Okay.
hit me up.
You know, this might be your lucky day. You're going to get hollered at by everybody up in here.
Damn, you're
Okay.
already getting a lot of offers.
There you
We
go.
haven't even got to, like, what do you do? Okay, so you have mortgage. Let's talk
Yes.
about that.
Yeah, let's talk
So I own a
mortgages.
mortgage company, and I'm just so honored to be a sponsor now of the Hey Frase podcast.
We are so thrilled to have
Yes,
you.
it's exciting because the fastest growing population of homeowners are millennials.
Okay.
And the fastest population of underserved homeowners are millennials.
Okay.
So therefore, I'm getting it out there that right now, if you're paying $2,000 a month in rent,
Yeah.
that translates to a $3,000 a month mortgage payment with the tax implications.
Okay.
So therefore, if there's any listeners out there that want a great deal, because if you're a Hey Frase listener, we'll pay for your appraisal. And most people out there don't even realize that they qualify to buy a home.
That's
and
great.
right now, we're doing loans for first-time home buyers that are millennials that are getting in the market, because right now the quickest way to become a millionaire is through home ownership.
Sure.
And that's
Yeah.
what we're there to do, is teach somebody how to become a homeowner.
And if they can't get the mortgage right now, you can help them get the mortgage, right?
Absolutely. In fact, what
You can
they
put
should
them on
do
the path.
is call just to get set up to find out what they need to do, whether they're buying in 6 or 12 months. whatever it is.
Okay.
And we can pull credit if they don't have enough credit, which a lot of millennials don't. We can steer them in the right direction of how to set up their credit. So, for example, you want to have trade lines established. The easiest one in the world is a gas credit card.
Okay.
This is boring for your show.
No, this is great. No, so our show is entirely millennials.
Drink that. You'll
AJ's
feel
bringing
better.
you in wine. The women are like liquoring you up.
I
They're
love
like
it.
all
Okay.
about you already.
Cheers.
Great to see you.
Great to see you.
I know. I'm so.
He's not drinking today.
Yeah, I'm not. I've been drinking like way too much. I'm like trying to.
Okay, good.
No, but I'm looking for a condo. Dan and I have been looking, so
Okay.
we are using you. And my issue is, I have very expensive taste. So,
Okay.
so like I really want to live in Arlington, right near the Whole Foods. I
Yeah.
can't really afford the $1 million condo, so I'm trying to get a little more realistic. But it's hard.
So
Got
what does
it.
that mean for you? You have to move out?
Well, I think we're more in the $400,000 category.
Okay.
Yeah. So we either move to Reston, we move to Alexandria, we move to like Columbia Pike in Arlington. But
Okay.
I'm a spoiled brat. I mean, I want to
What
live
does a person like that do?
Well, the rule of thumb is to take your income and multiply by 4, and that's the loan amount that you're going to qualify for. So
Oh,
if
you
somebody
can get more than that.
If somebody
then.
makes $100,000
Yeah, we-
multiplied by 4, so that's a $400,000 mortgage they would qualify for.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, we qualify for more, but the issue is like if we buy a $600,000, $700,000 place,
Right.
you're just things
Yeah.
are tight.
That's
I
true.
don't want to live like I don't
On
like
your means.
Yeah, I don't.
Right.
I don't like being house poor. I've always lived below my means when it comes to apartments. I just
Well, it looks
don't
like you're
wanna-
going to have to get used to Safeway. Say goodbye to Whole
Hey,
Foods,
what's wrong
kid.
with Safeway?
She's like, I just want to
lot.
live near the Whole Foods.
Sorry.
Okay, well, unless they become a sponsor soon. In that case, Safeway, I fucks with you.
Nice.
Thank you.
I fucks with you. That is going to be our
Fucks with you,
tagline.
Safeway.
Look, Cornerstone First Financial. You guys are amazing.
Thank you. So are you.
HeyFrase.com. You are right there on the front page of my website, but people can also go to your website. Either way, just say that you heard about Mark from Hey Frase. You're going to have those fees waived.
Yep.
I
The
love
appraisal fee,
Appraisal fees.
up to $450. We will pay for your appraisal. We'll educate you. And that's the big thing is that so many people just don't know how to get into home ownership.
I love it.
They don't know the first few
Yeah.
steps. And we will help you get those training wheels so you can take the first few steps and get into home ownership.
If you're in the D.C. area, like you deal with this every day, where would you buy? Because, see, I would buy in Anacostia, right downtown. I mean,
You
think,
would?
Yeah, 100%. That is going to be the neighborhood. There's
I'm sure they love
absolutely-
you.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
Ah, shady.
Shady as fuck.
Shady boots.
I'd have some fans. I'd be like, hey, Sarah
I don't
Hanlon.
know.
I
I think we should work our way there slowly. But anyway, go ahead.
Don't Google
I grew
it.
up in Bethesda, so I love Bethesda.
You do?
I live downtown right near City Center. But again, it depends on your income bracket.
You sound great.
Yeah, you
You
are.
live
You're-
at City Center. You smell good. Your hands look nice.
Thank you.
He is the mortgage company. He bought his checkbook.
I think we're on different teams, though, but I
But
appreciate
you
that.
know, I'm just
I should
celebrating.
introduce you to my brother.
I'm just celebrating you. What's your brother do?
He's an executive with Disney. But he goes to the same church as you, if you know what I'm saying.
I do know what he's
Yeah,
saying. Is
yeah.
he tall?
No. He's what he
Oh,
calls
you
it.
got to get them together.
He calls it, and you will know what this means. He's a bear.
Oh, he's a bear. Yes. Oh, some of my closest friends have been
Sorry,
bears.
Bruce.
It's already a no. He's like, it's some of my closest friends.
Okay.
Oh my God, Mark, you're hot. We love you. We're going to
Thank
do
you.
a ton of mortgages together.
Yeah. I
love it.
Welcome to the Hey Frase podcast with Paul
Yeah, that's
Wharton.
awesome.
Cornerstone First Financial.
Yes,
That's-
cornerstonefirst.com is the website.
Okay.
And our phone number is 202-625-1221.
Hold up.
And-
Look. Okay, now what? 662? Okay.
202-625-1221.
I'm texting you
and
now.
I'm Mark at cornerstonefirst.com.
Yep, here I go.
Recently single.
I love
Holla
it.
back.
You're
All right,
not
good.
going to be
Boom.
single for long.
Send.
Thank you, Sarah.
I got
appreciate-
so
if they're like
many
you,
women.
just confident and just owns it, and I would love to meet
Let's fix him
a
up.
best friend.
I
Let's
know.
fix him up.
I know.
We'll have a
it's all about best friend.
cornerstone happy hour
There we
That's
go.
actually
with
a good
Mark
idea.
and prospective dates.
Okay, I love it.
Isn't
Let's
that
fill
great?
the room.
I know.
I have a lot of single friends.
You do?
Yes.
It's going to cost you a little bit more. We'll work it out during the commercial
Mark,
break.
You're so good.
Awesome.
Thank you for being
Thank you.
on.
Great to
Thank
be
you,
here.
Mark.
Great to see
Yo,
you, Paul.
pleasure
Sarah.
meeting you.
Can I
Yes.
take the champagne?
Take
Yes,
the
you can.
champagne. Go for
Yes,
it.
you can.
Paul, there's a story. I want to ask you about this because
Yeah.
I'm fascinated by now more than ever, young people are super lonely.
Oh,
So
God, I want to talk about this.
You're single, but
I am.
I can't-
Alone but not lonely. Which one are you tonight? Do you change with the morning light? Sorry, I had to get
What
that
the
out.
hell song is that?
That is Mary Ann Redmond, Alone But Not Lonely. Listen, when I did Watch What Happens Live with Portia, and afterwards we
Oh, God, okay.
afterwards we went to that restaurant Catch. And Portia says to me, she says, well, shit, I'm alone and miserable. I mean, I'd love to talk about other people's misery. Let's just be miserable together. And I was so surprised because she's stunningly beautiful.
Yeah, Portia from Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Real Housewives of Atlanta. And it surprises me that these beautiful, amazing people, you know, are alone and kind of lonely.
I am shocked, too, but they're not. Okay, Americans, the survey did 20,000 adults, ages 18 and older, and they revealed alarming findings. Nearly half of Americans report sometimes or always feeling lonely, 46%, or left out, 47%, feel left out, okay? 1 in 4 Americans.
Damn, left out. Can we just stop for a second?
Yeah.
That's deep. You feel left out.
Yes. Like, people are feeling, from this story, I got that. Exactly.
How?
People are feeling like they don't connect with people.
They don't
Why
connect.
do you think that is, by the way?
Well, I really don't know. I mean, people a lot of times get their own self-confidence from how other people feel about them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think once you start to like yourself and your own company, like most nights I go to dinner by myself.
Yes.
And I'm okay with that because I'm thinking, I'm like, oh, it's a good chance to get my thoughts together and think about what I want to do the next day and just kind of be on my own schedule. Also, I don't have to pay for everybody. I mean, you know what I mean? Some nights I just don't want to take women out because I have to pay for them every night.
Well, I love to, like, people watching right now on Facebook, if you want to weigh in, why do you think people are lonely? They don't really get into that. They do blame partially the internet. I think it's always, you can never do one thing, right? I think it's multiple things. I think the internet absolutely makes people feel disconnected, 100%, because how people behave on the internet is never how they behave in real life.
And then you see all these other people living their best lives out there with all their friends. But if they're not being stimulated, they go right from that to being lonely.
And I do think we're in this, I don't know why, but I think we're also in this phase where, like, we feel as though other people need to make us happy. It's basically what you're saying. You have to enjoy your own company first before you can enjoy others. Mm-hmm. But I do think we're in this society where, like, we expect material things, other people, houses, cars, you know, and all those things are great. But I think people put a lot of stock in that making them happy.
Yeah, that's a scary place. Once you get a couple of those things, and there's always another level, but once you get a couple of those things, and then you kind of look up one day and you're like, shit, is that depression sneaking in?
Do you think that spirituality, I don't want to really say religion, I think people are getting away from that religion because religion is kind of a set of rules, whereas spirituality, I think, is more about and in everything.
Yeah.
Do you think, though, that we are getting disconnected from a spirituality in society?
I know that the more I'm connected to my faith and my spirituality, the better I am. The more consistent I am emotionally and, you know, my attitude, like just kind of everything is better when I stay connected to that. When I'm just kind of out there, not thinking about, you know, my intention, my purpose, how I got here, then all hell's breaking loose. I'm drinking too much.
Right.
My house is a bit more messy, you know, things like that.
I also do tend to think, like, in our society, I've been having these conversations too. I wonder if there's something to the idea here in the United States, we do have so much, like we have so much. And for most of us, we have so much stability, you know, in our day-to-day lives, right? Like we're not living in a third world country.
Right.
Flint, Michigan, obviously, is having a water issue. But for most people, cities, towns across this country, you have access to clean water. You have access to school. I just wonder if we have so much, too, that it's kind of like you're always searching for, like, what is the next thing?
And that's not always a bad thing because searching for the next thing means there's movement and you're evolving as a person, but you have to be searching for something that's meaningful. It can't be superficial. It can't be surface because you'll never be fulfilled.
By the way, we're getting a lot of people weighing in. Sarah says, I think that the hustle and bustle of living makes it hard to find connections. People definitely look to material things for fulfillment, for sure. And then Kevin says, now we're talking about faith! Exclamation point, exclamation point. Irene Blake says, I agree with a lot of what you guys are saying. So
Okay, well, Kevin, what do you want to talk about? Fucking. I mean, we're well-rounded people here.
Yeah, we go from faith to fucking. What else do you want on this show?
I mean,
my God.
Shit.
Yes, okay. Just a couple other stats. 1 in 5 people report that they rarely or never feel close to people, 20%, or feel like they are people they can talk to. By the way, here's what they say. If you are feeling like one of these people that's lonely and do not connect, people who engage frequently in meaningful in-person interactions have much lower loneliness scores. Getting the right balance of sleep, work, socializing with friends and family, and me time is connected to a lower loneliness score.
Wow.
Sleep, spending time with family, physical activity, and your workplace. Workplace is big.
Yeah.
They're saying that people who are happy in their workplaces and connect with coworkers, much happier.
I love it.
That's hard, though.
You know, I'm actually finding that the gym is helping me to really be consistent with my emotions and not feel that loneliness, you know, that physical part. That was always like, if I have time, I'll go work out. No, now I'm like, no, that's an important part of my day. I know I'm going to want to go eat and drink and all that kind of stuff. So I need to go to the gym, get my sweat on. It's really, really helping me to keep me consistent.
I think that's great. I know you do feel so much better all the way around.
Feel great.
That's why
I'm
I
not
love to
cursing
power
anybody out.
What gym do you go to again? I'm sorry.
You know what gym I go to.
The private one.
Right, exactly.
Where you need the code.
The only thing I see you do is you're on the elliptical. Do you do any weights? Like when I see you on your social story.
I do. How am I supposed to take pictures of me lifting weights? I don't have a helper there.
Look, take me. $20 an hour. I'll record.
Yeah, but you know, I got to get on that elliptical every day, though. I do that for an hour, honey.
An hour on the elliptical? My God, that's torture.
I do that for an hour. I burn off 1,200 calories, and then I hit the weights.
Run on the treadmill for 20, same amount of calories. The elliptical is just like a slow moving. But if you have,
I get my squats in, my butt. You know, it burns my butt good. You know, it's a good thing I got going over there.
Burn that ass. Now, do you believe the United States Air Force? The United States Air Force is now denying this morning that their fighter pilots created penises, air penises, over Germany. This seems to be a thing, and this comes on the heels. You might remember several months ago, the Navy was caught doing this, where they had Navy fighter or airplanes that they were doing circles of penises in the sky. The girls are going to bring up this picture, by the way.
Wow. Okay, let's see.
Air Force officials in Europe said that recent contrails over Germany that some internet people believed were sky penis renderings meant to rival the Navy's past feats were not intentional.
I don't know. It's not blatantly a cock to me. Is it to you?
Really? Yes. Go back. You can definitely see the balls and the massive wang. This is such. Okay, look at the balls at the bottom.
I see the balls.
Okay, and then there's a huge penis. You're telling me that this is by accident? That's bullshit. Why are they making circles that look like balls?
Paula, can you describe this penis? Is like it a long shaft or is it thick? I don't really know what's
Well,
on here.
you just looked at one a couple hours ago. Why don't you describe it for me? You seem to know so much about penises.
Look, I live at home.
I know you do.
So I ain't seeing no.
Okay.
No hooky in the morning. I don't know what.
Would you like to go for a description? Y'all ain't gonna get me on that.
Come on now, describe the penis.
Well, it does. It has it's like a big, thick penis with like two tiny balls. But they're saying this is like an accident. I don't believe that for one. Do you believe that for 1 second? I just love when
it's no accident, honey.
I love that when our Navy and military, right, supposedly like the best military in the world, they have to put out statements like this because their people are drawing sky penises.
This cock is very intentional. Okay? That's an intentional cock.
They say that the weather rendered the contrails visible from the ground and simply showed the patterns that our pilots do on a day-to-day basis. That's baloney.
Okay.
The contrails were
they
not
got their
intended.
priorities together, huh?
I guess. I know. I guess they got nothing else to do there. I mean, come on, give me a break. Have you seen this, by the way, speaking of penis? I am obsessed with this. We have got to go. Will you go do this?
What?
Okay, I literally have been seeing this on women's Instagrams, and I want to go so badly.
God,
but essentially, it is
selling
like booze and nudes. Booze and nudes.
Oh, Demetria just did it. My friend Demetria Lucas. Did you see it on hers?
Yes. Oh, my God. So, yes, I want her to come on. I DM'd her, and I was like, Demetria, you have got to come on. I need to hear about
I know
this.
her?
Yes. I think we all met like at Fox 5.
Yeah.
She's a relationship writer, too,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So, booze and nudes, here it is. It's you basically like paint these hot men. Hey, wait, we like literally have a...
What do we have?
We don't even give like we gotta start doing a not safe for work on our we just literally showed full penis.
We did?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you know.
Would you
This is
go
probably
and
a good time to
this.
put your kids in the kitchen.
I guess you better hide your kids somewhere. Would you ever paint this? Like this is what you do. You go,
but you know, that's a lot of adulation. I need some I don't know. I would need to finish that.
What do you mean
know what
finish
I mean?
it?
I don't know.
Is that too much?
I don't know.
I just don't seem down for this, really?
Well, I mean, I don't like things that get you all revved up, and then you have to be like breathing heavy.
You know why? It's because Paul wants to be drawn.
Oh, that's
the real reason. He's not the center of attention, so he's the one that wants to be in the center with everyone drawing his ass.
Oh, really? I have to be the center of attention?
Well, you're not exactly a hang out at the back of the room type guy.
No, I'm not. But I'm just saying, some guy comes in with that hot body,
show
big
it
old
again.
Schlong hanging down.
Look at that.
Don't you want to pull him to the side, back room, and just finish the day off with a smile?
God, I don't. Yes,
that's tough to leave that on the table.
I mean, he is so hot. I want to go to one of these so badly. But they come over and they put their dongs right near your table so you can draw everything. And then they go back and they comment on your drawings. And this guy will comment on people. He'd be like, "Oh, you didn't get enough of the penis right."
Not
hot. By the way, the next one is a nude model sip and paint. You can get naked, and it's May 25th happening public bar in Washington, D.C. I really want to go.
Wow.
Will you go?
Nude
$65.
model sip and paint. No.
$65. 2-hour guided class with a friendly instructor to assist you as you channel your inner artist.
Is it a woman?
Complimentary glasses of wine. Meet and greet with celebrity guest models in a one-of-a-kind experience. Erotic adult toys, intimate apparel, liquor-infused cupcakes, and other naked canvas vendors.
All that foreplay? Who's fucking? I mean, why you go make my mouth water like that and then I can't get what I need? That's just too much. I'm sorry. That does not sound like a good time to me.
I want to go.
I mean, unless you have somebody at home that you can go home to.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah, it does get you a little excited. AJ and Leslie, who do our video, audio work here, either one of you, will you go paint these guys nude? Are you in?
I'm in. Leslie, are you in?
Yes, I am.
You really want to do it? Okay.
See, I have a man to go home to, so it's this will get me riled
I thought
up,
you just said that you don't know what cock looks like. I live at home.
Look, cut his mic. That's my job. Look.
All right, we're wrapping up the show. So where can people find you, Paul?
Well, people can find me on Instagram at Paul Wharton Style, on Twitter at Paul Wharton. Actually, we're bringing back the Good Day DC dating game. That's kind of fun, right?
Oh, cool.
If you live in DC and you want to date, right? Hashtag dating game, hashtag Good Day DC. But also, this Saturday is the City Dance Gala. So you can still get tickets. You can go on to paulwhartonstyle.com and get directed, or citydance.org. I'll see you Saturday night.
There and Viraggio show with Mervis.
Yes, 2 o'clock.
Working double duty. All right.
Yeah.
You guys, you're amazing. Be sure to share the podcast. Share the Hey Frase podcast with someone who has never heard of it.
Yes,
we absolutely love you. You can share it via Facebook. You can share it just with the iTunes or Spotify link. We love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in.
So much fun.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.